So on to the quick shots. The first one we have is about Cyberpunk.
Yeah, some leaked information. We've been getting lots of leaked information. You mentioned it earlier.
Right.
Things are coming out, trickling out all the time. Yeah. They had the glitch montage. I don't know if y'all know that.
Internal
glitch montage that got leaked.
That was so hilarious.
Right. And it hit all the bugs we saw, they had in their montage. So they knew about all these things. They were laughing at their own game. So I don't know how I feel about that. That just, right? It makes you feel like, you feel like you've been robbed when they gave you this broken game and they knew it themselves it was broken. They were even laughing about it internally.
It's funny if it's happening and you're still working on the game, but if you've already put the game out and these bugs are still happening,
it's annoying, dude.
Yeah,
shame on them, dude.
Yeah, shame on them. I agree. But anyways, we learned also in these leaks that this was actually intended to be a third-person game.
Or at least a third-person option, right?
Or at the very least a third-person option.
Yeah.
Because the alpha footage that got leaked, he was in third person. You can see his back and all the electrical parts on his spine.
Right.
That would have been really cool.
Yeah.
And I heard they switched it to first person because it's much easier to
populate pixels
and everything when it's in first person, and they switched it to the lazier mode.
But that would make sense, right? Because
so crazy.
Like when you look at your gear, right? The only way you're ever able to see the clothing or anything like that you have is when you're looking in your inventory currently now. So as you're setting up your character, then you see what he fully looks like. But after that, you never see it. So gear almost becomes like just a whatever thing. Yeah, you just got a smorgasbord of shit on. Yeah. And, and it's just like whatever's giving you the best pluses, right? Because you never see yourself.
You don't care what you look like anymore.
Yeah. But that's like one of the things that, would make you hesitate. Like, I don't want to throw that on because like I'm wearing a business suit and me putting on a parka ain't going to really look right. You know what I mean? With my dress slacks or something, So I feel like the game would have looked totally different. It'd probably be a lot more shirtless people running around just to see all of the cool aesthetics on their back or whatever, different thing like that.
Because, in Fallout, you can go between first person and third person, and that's a great feeling.
Yep. Right. We love that feature.
That's the best because depending on the encounter, it gives you the extra look. Then you get to admire your character that you're building up, working up, So that really sucks.
Yeah, and then sometimes you might come into a cramped room and you can't quite see something, so you go first person, and now okay, that was a pack of bullets. Let me grab that. Where like it just gives you
better perspectives.
Yeah, better perspectives and newer perspectives that are all useful to you.
Yeah, for me, for Bethesda, I always tried to go third person in their games because their depth perception is really hard to determine when you're in first person with those games. So you could swing and think you're hitting, but you ain't even close. But third person, you see exactly how close you are and how much you can swing and stuff like that.
I like third person primarily, but I do switch to first person.
Right, when you're like looking.
When I'm looking, I'm really trying to find what's going on and what to pick up or not to pick up. Like I like having the choice.
Right, but when shit gets tough, when there's a lot of enemies, third person, so you can see everything.
Dude, or if you're like sneaking up, like you go with third person, you kind of like peek around corners. You can't really do that in first person. Right?
Yeah, because Witcher was third person.
Yeah. So I think they intended this to be third person. I think they ran into a lot.
It's probably last gen was holding them back, maybe.
Well,
not just last gen, but like the last gen OG consoles.
Yeah.
Or really making it hard to make this game.
Or they just did cuts, man. Like they probably had third and first, but they just was like, you know what? Let's just dump third.
It was probably glitching out when they switched to third.
Just do first.
So they too buggy, so they're like, we're not ready.
Too buggy, yeah. It's just sad. I mean, we talk a lot. Sometimes there's good news, but there's lots of sad news with this game.
There's been a lot of bad news about CD Projekt Red and this damn game.
I heard they're now losing some money trying to keep this game updated. That's now starting to chunk into the profits.
Yeah, which is disheartening.
Like, how soon do they want to release a new game now? They're probably going to want to get a game out sooner now because of the debacle that this game
maybe, but you got to save your face, right? You can't do another bomber. Yeah. You have to come with some A++.
I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do, man.
Yeah.
Witcher 2. That's the next hope. That's their only hope, right? Witcher 2?
Witcher
5 or
4.
4.
Witcher 4.
Witcher 4. That will help save them.
Yeah.
And then they can do a new IP
It's solid. If you just take what's there and you just
people will be excited
that,
for that.
Because I love The Witcher other than the clunky melee combat. I didn't like the.
I mean, Witcher was up there for like my top 4 games played.
Yeah,
like in
it's
length
really,
of time.
really good.
Yeah, Witcher was awesome.
It's a top 10 of all time game.
I love you, me.